Hey gang, it's Positive Charlie with Transcendental Thinking. Today I think a good topic for us to talk about would be loving the self. And it seems so obvious, right? Well, yeah, of course you gotta love yourself. Yeah, yeah. But I don't think very many people do. And I think it's actually one of life's greatest tragedies, or people who do love themselves, their love is contingent upon something, some exterior circumstance. Uh, I'll love myself when I have the right job. I'll love myself when I'm in the right relationship. I'll love myself when I have enough money. I'll love myself when my body looks right. And these are all identifications with the ego, right? I am what I have, I am what I do, I am what others think of me, I am what relationships I'm in. And it really doesn't have anything to do with the true self, right? Ego has nothing to do with who you really are. And I'm talking about that divine spark that's within you, and your soul, your spirit. And people want a definition so often of what is the soul, what is the spirit. And I like to define it as you are a unique signature of God. You are a unique expression of source power made physical right now, today, at this point in time, to fulfill your inner purpose, the divine purpose for you. And when I say God, I mean whatever you picture is God, right? Because I have no attachment to really religion. I think there's something to be said that's wonderful about anything that can bring you closer to God, but I don't personally care what form that takes, as long as you're getting closer to that. I am that to that. Sorry. So when I say God, if you think of, the stereotypical old white guy with a beard, that's great. If you think of Krishna, the blue guy with the arms everywhere, if you think of Allah, if you think of whatever it is you think of, if you think of Taoism, Tao, if you want to put in source or universe instead of God, that's totally fine. That's up to you. I just want to clarify that for all future videos. What you think that is not important to me. It's important to you for your purposes. But we were talking about loving the self. And I think so many people are identified not with who they are, but with the circumstances of their lives. I think, for instance, when you get fired or you lose your job, so many people start to hate themselves. And I have a lot of compassion and understanding for that, because I know what it's like to be unemployed and you feel awful and you think, what's wrong with me? Or if you get a divorce or a terrible breakup, then you're like, oh my gosh, it's my fault, and I'm terrible, and you say these things, and you think these things, and you start to hate yourself, and that's not you, though. The you that is you is not touchable by outer circumstance. It's not situational. So I think we really need to try to identify what it is we are and love that. If someone stripped away your job, your relationships, your car, your house, all of your worldly possessions, stripped away your sight, your sound, your smell, stripped away everything that you have, there would still be something there. And that is you. And there's a very easy way to tell if you love yourself. If you can walk into your house and stand in front of a mirror and say, I love that. Look into your eyes when you're doing it, because the eyes are the window to the soul, right? If you can say, I love that, and I don't care if it's old or young, I don't care if it's black or white, I don't care if it's fat or thin, I don't care if it's male or female, that is what I love. That's how you know you love yourself. And no matter what the external circumstances of your life are, that's who you begin to identify with, and you find much more joy, much more meaning in your day to day, knowing that that self, that signature of God, that creation of Source is unchangeable. You are not born, you are not die. You do not die. You were born in a night to die in a night, while the soul slept in beams of light. William Blake, great poet. So how do we practice this? We start identifying things about ourselves that don't have anything to do with the physical. So I love about myself that I can have these conversations. I love that I can think deeply, and that I'm on this path of discovery, and that I love that I'm disidentifying with what's around me and starting to identify more deeply with what's inside of me. And I think it's a phenomenally interesting and fascinating journey, and I can offer that as an example, but I can't tell you what you love about yourself, right? You know that better than I do. So think about it. Reflect. Say, what do I love about me? And if something non-physical is too hard, because baby steps, right? Learning to love yourself can definitely be a journey. Baby steps. Just find something. I really, really look good in that shirt upstairs. I love that about me. Or, I really have nice eyebrows. Whatever you can think of. It's a process. But it does help to state what it is. And send yourself love. Look in the mirror and say, I love you. And this is important for a variety of reasons. The most perhaps prominent reason is how you love yourself affects the interactions and relationships you have with other people. So what I mean by that is, if you don't love yourself and someone stomps all over you, you are not going to necessarily tell them to stop, because why would you? If you don't love yourself and your boss at work takes advantage of you or isn't paying you what you deserve, you're not going to ask for a raise, because why would you? Your kids might run all over the top of you and you won't tell them to stop, because why would you? So you start to see that how you love you begins to affect, it affects all the relationships you have with others and how you go about interacting with the world. And I think this is huge for women. I also think it's huge for men too, because men only will treat women well if they love themselves too. And it's not an egotistical thing, right? Because if I treat you like crap, that's probably because I'm hurting on the inside too. So if I really love myself, I'm not going to treat you like crap either. And that's so huge. And so many people don't get that. And I can imagine how much better the world would be if they did. So think about that. Think about how you let others take advantage of you. Think about how you may take advantage of others, and see how it connects back to the amount of self-love you have for yourself. Because you will only allow someone to treat you as badly as you treat yourself. and you will only treat someone as badly as you feel about yourself. That's my philosophy. Take it or leave it. Have a great day. Leave me a comment if you want to discuss something. I would love to hear from you. And as always, God bless.